The new eFootball version 4.4 has altered the gameplay quite a bit, resulting in some players now being a lot better, while others not so much. Here comes Pepe. Welcome everybody! Today we will take a look which players the update was very beneficial for. As usual, I try to find a good mix of free players, player of the weeks and epics. If you think any other players are better now than before, feel free to let me know in the comments. We start off with one of the biggest winners, Pirlo. Except for one exception, I will only mention one card per player to avoid the video getting too long. So a little disclaimer, this is still new. I'm still testing many builds. For example, it could be that the passing stats here are actually way too high. Or many of the players who pass well also have amazing kicking power. Maybe that's a co-factor for passing now. Nobody knows yet. So yeah, this is anything but definite information. Just a list of players who I think are better after the update. Anyway, for Pirlo, the update was phenomenal. His incredible passing stats finally translate well into the game. He always had the dribbling and the defending, and since the latter is less automated now, even the Vieiras and Zacharias can't defend as well as before the update, indirectly being advantageous for players like Pirlo. I have really been enjoying his passing. Let's see for how long it will last. Number 2 is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now his passing is terrible, but that's not the reason why he's a winner of this update in my opinion. The reason is since through balls can be played more into open space now, strikers get to reach the ball later, meaning they maintain their top speed for longer. To defend against this, very fast defenders are good, and looking at this build, he can be incredibly fast. Another point for him is that he maxes out defensive engagement, which is important for interceptions after the update. Now, and this is the only duplicate I'll mention, we get to number 3. Big time Wan-Bissaka. The reason is that he can do everything the other card can do, except that he also has decent passing for a defender. So if you value passing for defenders and have this card, feel free to give him the 4 points in passing. Another big winner of this update is Free France Mbappé. The new passing system heavily favors him because he can now just run into the open space to chase after a long through ball. Depending on how you play, you could also give him 4 points in passing to make him a bit better at giving passes as well, or another point in dribbling for the 86 tight break point, assuming it still exists. Number 5 of our list is Xabi Alonso. He was never really popular, but at least after the update, he should be in a way better place. He also massively benefits from the passing overhaul as he has incredible passing stats. And just like Wan-Bissaka, he maxes out defensive engagement, which is a more important stat now after the update. Could also easily go for a more offensive build with him. Another big winner is number 6, Costa Curta. He has always been in a great spot and has been considered the best free defender of the game for a very long time. Probably still for many. With only 4 points in passing, he can get 80 for a low pass and 91 lofted pass, which is crazy good for a defender and also when played as a defensive midfielder for the long lofted passes. Also, maxed out defensive engagement again. As a defender, he might need a bit more speed than this build here now, perhaps also a little more aerial depending on what's trending. For me, a big winner of this update. Another player whose passing stats make him way better than before is Player of the Week Frenkie de Jong. He was considered as one of the best Player of the Week cards ever. His 98 low pass and 91 lofted pass certainly fit amazing into the update gameplay. Number 8 is Michael Owen. Not that he has ever been remotely even bad, but since this update, he's definitely better than before. Just like France Mbappé, his stat distribution make him perfectly fit into the role of a countering striker lurking for a long through ball. The low physical isn't ideal, but the entire point is to avoid the physical combat with the long through passes anyway. Guti, just like many other orchestrators, also greatly benefits from this update. He has 36 levels, which is quite a lot, allowing him to easily go up to 8 points in passing. This makes him overall a great orchestrator who's fast, a great dribbler, a supreme passer, and even a decent finisher. On top of that, he can reach the 75 breakpoint for physical contact, assuming it still exists. Number 10 is big. He was my favorite card for such a long time. Look at the stats I had. Oh, good old time. He single-handedly won me more games than any other card back when L-stick dribbling was at its peak. The physical update from version 4 really hurt him, but I think, similar to Owen, he could find a niche now as a counter-striker that tries to capitalize on outrunning out-of-position defenders with long through balls. He has everything to do this, and his 104 acceleration with a manager boost is crazy. His passing is also quite good when played as a center forward compared to other center forwards. I just have to try this. I owe him. The next one is a quite obvious choice, Theo Hernandez. If speed matters, Theo matters. His acceleration and speed is absolutely incredible, making it almost impossible for strikers to outrun him. For a center back, he also has great dribbling skills, and his passing isn't too shabby either. His defensive stats aren't that amazing, especially since defensive engagement matters more now, but I think he's still a clear winner of this update. Number 12 is a classic. Not sure if anyone still plays this card. Sandro Tonali. Ages ago, long before boosters and double boosters, this card was considered a big gem and was way ahead of its time. Today, with passing being more important, this card is definitely a lot better than before the update. The next one, Jo sicherlich, der Kaiser, Franz Beckenbauer. Similar to Costa Curta, Beckenbauer also has very high base passing stats, making him even better as a defensive midfielder in this update. Also, for those who like defenders with high passing stats, he's also a lot better now. Number 14 is a really old card again, Bruno Fernandes. As many before, high passing stats make him a lot better now. His dribbling is also good and his defensive stats are decent as well. The next player is Eto'o. He was always very good, but similar to Owen, his pace makes him amazing as a target for through balls into space. He's like an Owen that's slightly worse on the ball, but can reach the 75 physical break point. The update definitely made him better. Number 16 is another classic, Luka Modric. He's another typical orchestrator profile that benefits greatly from the new passing system. Also overall a really great card and even better in 4.4. Another winner of this update, at least in my opinion, is Joshua Kimmich. While he isn't as much of a dribbler as Modric, he's faster, better defensively, and also has decent physical contact. Worse finishing compared to Modric though. As we know by now, high passing stats and high defensive engagement is a good indicator whether a player can thrive after the update, and Kimmich definitely can. Number 18, Rafael van der Vaart. He is good at dribbling, has extremely high kicking power as well as passing, which is, surprise, why the update helped him. For a more offensive build, one could even go 9 points in shooting to get the +3 boost for finishing and maximum curl and place kicking, greatly complementing his kicking power. Pippo Inzaghi is another player who should get a lot more useful after the update. His biggest problem was always on the ball, where he was pretty lackluster compared to other strikers. Now, when through balls can be longer and played into open space, the time he would need to be on the ball is significantly lower, allowing him to be more of what he was like in real life, lurking around the offside line, waiting for the final long pass. Number 20 is also a card that should be considered a massive winner, Kevin De Bruyne. He was always outshined by other cards, but now since he has great passing stats, he finally has a niche. A small downside, however, is that he has only got 73 physical contact. If he had 74, you could use Gasperini to reach 75. Professional mathlete here. Regardless, he's a lot better than before the update. Karl-Heinz Schneider, Rummenigge, also greatly benefited from the update. He is similar to Eto'o, except that he's a lot better physically and better in the air. Eto'o is slightly better on the ball and at finishing though. In my opinion, both of them are better than before the update, although to be fair, they were always really good. Rummenigge also has very high weak foot accuracy. Number 22 is Martin Ødegaard. Great on the ball, amazing at passing, also has decent defensive engagement and good finishing. He is slow, but most orchestrators are. As usual, the new passing system is great for him. Andriy Shevchenko is another fast striker who makes for a good target for long through balls. Very fast, good on the ball, also physically good enough to be not pushed off too fast. Still trying out builds here. This one keeps the 86 tight possession breakpoint, which is probably better than additional acceleration and speed. We will see. He was always a top tier card, certainly nothing less after the update. Number 24 is a card many players might have chosen, Visionary Pass Jorginho. I think for the free-to-play folks, this card might have gained traction. He has good defensive stats, is a good dribbler, and what makes him better this update obviously can have crazy good low and lofted pass stats. On top of that, he has Visionary Pass, that's also good. Number 25 is box-to-box Gündoğan. Despite being a box-to-box player, it's the same as with many orchestrators before. Great passing allows him to be better in this update. We've had this before, like 15 times. The last one I think is already over a full year old. Big time Çalhanoğlu, here with an orchestrator build, but could easily make it more offensive. He's amazing at finishing, is good with the ball, is alright defensively, and as so many others, has amazing passing stats. If you have him, give him a try after the update. If you also have or know a few cards that perform a lot better now, feel free to mention it in the comments. That's it folks, let me know if you liked this video, I'd love if you subscribed, liked or commented. Until then guys, take it easy. Shaka!